Something important is slipping away, and I've seen what happens when people lose their voice. If democracy matters to you, or even if you are just not sure what it really means anymore, keep watching. Welcome to the People's Perspective, when we unpacked what matters, decoded for people who actually think. Keep watching till the end for the happy news of the week. The true reason I opened this channel is simple. Democracy matters deeply to me. If you are curious about my journey and passion for this subject, stay with me. I was born in the late 1980s in Warsaw, Poland. At that time, Poland was under a rule of Soviet Union, governed by the communist regime. It wasn't just Poland, it was the Polish People's Republic. This system meant that aside from those involved with the government, no one had a safe or prosperous life. There was a lack of everything, especially basic human rights, food, or any luxurious goods. Toilet paper was a luxurious product. Let's fast forward to 1990s when I grew up in a newly democratic Poland, now called Republic of Poland. My parents, like many others, were thrilled. After decades of oppressions, we were finally free, living in a democratic society with opportunities that previous generations could only dream of. Our society underwent significant reforms, with everything needing to be updated so we could catch up with the West. We were promised that with the end of communism, we could build a country with opportunity where everyone had a voice. As children, we were taught about the hardships of our grandparents and parents endured, but also about the new beautiful system that could do no wrong. Starting in seventh grade, we had a special subject in school called Knowledge of Society, where we learn about democracy and our place in the world. At that time, Poland was on the path to joining the European Union, one of the most democratic organizations globally, where we could only shape our country's future but also have a say in the broader European context. It was an exciting time, and I was introduced to the concept of minority democracy, which was explained as the true essence of democracy as it is understood by the Western world. It was an idea that stuck with me, even when other lessons faded from my memory. But this left me with questions. What exactly is democracy if not majority rule? Why did my parents and grandparents fight so hard for something that I was being taught has flaws? Are you surprised? Like the video so more people can see it. Let's revisit those forgotten lessons. Let's explore the basic of democracy together. What it is? How does it work? And what is the only country that still practices a form of democracy that has been preserved from the past? Any guesses? Let's take a journey back in time, long, long before the birth of Christ, before we knew of other continents, and when people believed the earth was flat. There was a small city state called Athens in Greece. Its population ranged between 200 to 300,000 people. Through centuries of struggle and the influence of remarkable, not always good, but definitely remarkable figures, Athens created a system where any citizens could vote on laws, policies, and important decisions. Now, you might say, but women couldn't vote, so not all citizens could participate. And you would be right. Women, slaves, and foreign residents were excluded, but that was a different time. What's crucial is the structure they created. Any citizen could propose laws and discuss them openly. Issues were debated, and decisions were made through a show of hands. For certain positions, individuals were chosen randomly. This included the selections of officials, jurors, and members of various councils. There was a special council which was responsible for preparing and managing the agenda for the assembly, and members were chosen by lot, and they served 1 year terms. Some other officials were elected, such as magistrates who had specific administrative responsibilities. However, these officials were subject to scrutiny and accountability. It was simple and straightforward. Any citizen had a voice. But why is this not considered good by today's standards? According to many, modern perspective, including politicians, ChatGPT, and probably some of my former teachers, not all aspects of Athenian society were democratic because certain individuals were excluded based on gender, social status, and other criteria. However, in my opinion, the term citizen has evolved over the time, and that doesn't negate the democratic nature of the system. Athenian democracy was direct, in contrast to modern representative democracies. What does it even mean? Why do families today become divided over political parties? Who, in their right mind, would agree that a population of 360 million, as USA is, could be divided in only two parties? How could you fit 300 million minds into two molds? How can it be that citizens have say only once every few years when they elect representatives who then make decisions based not on the will of the people but their own opinions or interests? These are the questions that honestly keep me awake at night. Now, to the final questions of this episode. Which country is the only true democracy left in the world? Pause, please, and answer in the comments below. Let's see. What are your first thoughts on that matter? And the answer? Switzerland, the land of chocolate, cheese, and wine. Yes, the only country that still practices direct democracy is Switzerland, a small landlocked country in the heart of Europe. Switzerland is a unique mix of different culture, languages, and religions, built by people who resisted to powerful forces of Europe. I'm fortunate to live in this country with my Polish and EU background. I can't express enough how much I love it. It's not perfect by all means. I've been here for 10 years and I admire every aspect of it. This is a country with such diverse population. Yes, women gained the right to vote as late as 1992, but many women I've spoken to don't mind it at all. They felt they didn't really need it as the father was just a representative of the family and not a single voice. The family gathered together and decided on that matter. Here in Switzerland, referendums are held every 4 months. Any citizens vote on everything from spending billions on new jets through building new roundabouts that not everyone wants to have, to government asking citizens if they acted properly with the pandemic restrictions. National elections happen every 4 years. Yes, you can vote on your favorite party, but you can also create your own list of favorite candidates from the whole political spectrum: left, right, red, blue, or green. There is no patronizing campaigns atmosphere, but yes, here are also candidates posted everywhere. It is a place where you have a good life, not because, as Switzerland is worldly accused, stolen gold during World War II, but because it is a place created by citizens for citizens. Something I wish for everyone around the world. And that's what makes Switzerland so fascinating. Not perfect, but powerful, democratic in a way that most countries have long forgotten. Here, decisions aren't handed down from above, they are building from the ground up, vote by vote, family by family, community by community. Even in places like this where people have more say than almost anywhere else, there is one thing that they don't always get a real say in. One thing wrapped in green slogans, big promises, and the illusion of choice. It's energy. In our next episode, we will ask questions no one seems to want to answer honestly. Is wind power as clean as the push, as democratic as we were told? And now, as promised, let's end on a brighter note with our happy news of the week. A Florida teen caught in a rip current was just rescued by a drone. Yep, those biting sky spies are saving lives now. Andrew Smith, a fisherman on Pensacola Beach, was using his drone to cast bait when a girl ran up, screaming for help. He couldn't swim, but he had a plan. Attach a flotation device to the drone and fly it out to her. First drop missed, but a second device arrived, and this time bullseye. The girl grabbed on and floated to safety. Paramedics later said she wouldn't have made it without that rescue. So yeah, I may not like drones, they are likely flying snitches, but today one of them was a hero. Thank you for watching till the end, and as always, stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, knowledge is the key.